live, we're live, we're live. I'm your
What happened
entertainment
to
for
our-
today, folks.
I'm looking for something and going, why don't I have it on here? Oh, that's because I'm on this one. Here we go. I was looking for our
Welcome.
banners.
Yay, welcome, welcome, welcome.
So, and I've never
Yay.
changed the background from our sample background that doesn't fit.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
we're
wait
working on it.
Oh, wait a minute.
We're
I probably should turn my lights on.
We're a work in progress. That's all I'm saying. Work in progress. And we're never going to be perfect, but we're going to be damn good.
Okay, we are broadcasting on Twitter today.
Oh, very cool.
I was able to get the Twitter connection working, but that's to my Tim Gillette show on Twitter.
Yay! So check us out on Twitter. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on YouTube.
Yeah.
Check us out on.
So what are you working? Yeah, what are you working on this week?
Oh, so much. But if people tuned in last week, they heard me talking about a law that was put in place in Texas that I mistook. That's talking about consensual sex between two adults. I mistook that. It is consensual sex between two same sex that is illegal in the state of Texas, not a heterosexual adults. So I misrepresented that particular law. So I'm stating it here that I'm correcting myself. I apologize, but it is not a consensual sex across the board. It's just strictly for same-sex couples.
Allow me to walk up on stage. Allow me to walk up on stage. You ready for this? Walk up on stage and smack you. Then I'm going to sit in my seat and I'm going to say, keep your... Do not mention my freaking state, man. Do not let my state's name come out your mouth.
Yes. Flippity flip, flip, flip. The slap that's felt across the world. Really? Come on. I just...
No. We before we get into our talk on cancel culture, we've got to talk about this. This is a hot topic and it's business related.
It is.
Because,
and I have to say, now, I don't agree with the slap. I think it was inappropriate. I think the place and the time was wrong. He could have said something to Chris Rock off stage and told him how upset he was and slapped the shit out of him then. But
then the ratings wouldn't go up. Come on, follow the money.
I understand that. I know it was the best watched Oscar show afterwards since the history of Oscars.
Afterwards.
I mean, yeah. So you're welcome. Will Smith can say, you're welcome.
Yeah. Wait. Because if this didn't happen, would you even known the Oscars were happening?
No, I would not. I would not. Because I don't even watch regular TV. I watch cable.
So shut it off. We got done with them. Right? Yep.
We had bigger and better fish to fry.
Well, that turns down to, okay, because we're always going to follow the money. This is business. All right. Was it staged? No. Was it staged?
Well, that's what they're starting to say now, but I don't know.
I'm sorry. I still think, all right, I still think it was staged. Come on. My one friend put on his Facebook page, one of my childhood friends, he put on there and he said, he says to me, he says, well, I believe it was staged. Prove me wrong. And I wrote my comment was, wait, two actors on a stage performing? No, we couldn't have that.
Yeah.
They have to be on stage and giving their opinion. Anyway.
I know. And everybody has an opinion on it. Everybody. That's all it's been. Twitter and Facebook. I mean, it's everywhere. The slap across the world that was sounded. I mean, it's just like, you know.
Our guy Coffee Talk. None of us watched the Oscars. And yet we talked about that.
Yep. So
mine is the favorite. No. My favorite that comes out of this is the memes.
Yeah.
All right. Just imagine. One of the memes I heard was no. One of the memes that I heard was, well, at least he did it to to Will Smith. All right. Imagine if he'd done it about Alec Baldwin.
He would have been shot.
Yeah. My favorite one was on Frank Kern's Facebook wall. All right. And this was, I sure hope that Will Smith doesn't hear the comments that my ex-wife made about Jada. her address is, she gets home around 6 p.m.
Oh my God. But here's the thing that people have been talking about, and I have to agree. He was laughing. He started laughing at the joke until he saw the look on his wife's face, and then he got pissed. So
no, he didn't get pissed.
Well, and here's the thing.
We're all sitting somewhere, and she goes, "Honey, get up and do something." Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And now they're reviewing it, and it's just like, come on, guys. I mean, he took your ratings and put it through the roof. He made you money. He continues to make you money. And if the other people that have had issues that they said, I can't remember the two actors that they pointed out, they had done something as well, and they got to keep their Oscars, and now everybody's saying that Will Smith should, give up his Oscar. No,
oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. Will Smith won an Oscar. I didn't even remember that because what's an Oscar? I don't know. I don't watch that stuff.
I'm just saying. Well, and that's what they were saying, and people were saying they were disgusted when everybody stood up and gave him a standing ovation when he won his Oscar, which happened after the slap.
Okay.
I don't know. I just, to me, my husband and I were watching this and going, we have a war.
You were watching it?
What the hell?
Wait,
why is
you were watching it?
What? This is nothing compared. But you know what? In some respects, it took us away from that.
By the way, you know what I mean? You notice we're talking about this. We're not talking about the war and
no.
We're talking about the war overseas in Ukraine anymore. You notice that, right?
It's horrible. And I have to say, we could all try and do something, but what do we do? And there have been people that have actually gone down there in some of the areas where they're all spreading out to and offering their home and saying, come back and stay with us until this all dies down and we can figure out something for you or find a place, whatever. If you think about that, and if we had the opportunity to bring somebody into our homes, if we had that opportunity, we'd be at least helping one family a piece if we could.
But what are we doing? We're talking about Will Smith.
About freaking slap.
Yeah. Do you know that? Wait a minute. Do you know that the day after, people lost their lives? Did you know that?
Yes, I know.
Not
because they got bombed. No. There was another area that got bombed.
Not in the Ukraine, in America.
Where was this?
Interstate 81 in Pennsylvania. There was a major car wreck.
Yeah, 50.
But we won't talk about that. People lost their lives.
Car pile up, and I think it was 7 or 9 people lost their lives.
Yes.
50
County, Pennsylvania. I know that stretch of highway. I've driven it a lot.
Oh my God! Did you watch it
I've seen different videos of people driving and running into it, videos of people watching, videoing it.
Oh my God!
Like,
unfathomable.
Have you ever driven in the snow where it was blinding like that?
I have. I
drove 100 or 220 miles in that stuff one night in an 18-wheeler because I had no place to stop. If I was in Colorado, an accident.
I was in Colorado. I was on my way to pick up a boyfriend who had gotten hurt at the hospital, some hospital that was a little ways out.
Was it before or after the consensual sex?
Yeah. I'll have to think about that one. And it was complete whiteout like that. I was in a Pinto with bald tires, was on the freeway, driving, getting lost because you can't recognize anything when it's whiteout like that. You don't even see land. You can't see signs. You can't see shit. Instead of turning, and I started to swerve, and instead of turning into it like you're supposed to, I turned out of it, went all the way across. A big, huge fifth wheeler jackknifed and almost hit me. The guy in the fifth wheeler got out and started screaming at me, "What the hell are you doing? Blah, 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 blah." And I was like, I'm sorry. I tootle along. I get up a little bit farther. I'm lost. Pull over. This same truck pulls over, and now his girlfriend gets out and decides to start bawling me out. At that point, I lost it. Started crying. The guy gets out and says, "What the hell's going on? You made her cry." He's like, "No, I didn't." She goes, "Yes, you did. Look, she's crying." I'm like, "I'm lost. I don't know where." He said, "Oh, honey, your way out. You got to turn around. You got to go back this." So yes, I get it. It's horrendous.
Mhm.
And
But wait a minute. But why aren't we all right? You know what I mean? This is you and I have a business podcast. We look for these hot spots to talk about. Why are we as America talking about two rich guys at the Oscars while the next news story is about how the rich are controlling the world, but yet we're talking about the rich. Think about this. Not talking about the people, all right, in an important news story where people lost their lives.
I think because people don't want to see that. They would rather concentrate on this over here. It's like the squirrel. Ooh, squirrel, squirrel. Instead of concentrating on what's truly happening in the world right now.
Well, let me take that idea of what's going really what goes on with the news cycle, because this is my topic here. What's going on with the news cycle? 8-9 years ago. It has to be 9 years ago now. 2013, there was a bombing at the end of the Boston Marathon. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
Do you know that very same week there was a bombing that actually where more people lost their lives in the state of Texas? But it wasn't publicized as much. Why?
Where was that?
In the city of West Texas, there was a factory where people had been storing too much of fertilizer.
Oh.
And they caused an explosion where people lost their lives.
Never even heard about it.
If you drove through the town, it looked like a war zone for like a year.
Wow, never even heard of it.
Yeah. Why? Because terroristic bomb sounds prettier and it can get you more ratings than, oh my God, one guy got pissed off at his boss and decided to blow up the town.
Yeah, more sensationalization, or more. I can't say the words. It's news. It's newsworthy.
Yeah,
where people are.
It's newsworthy. Whereas
newsworthy, where they're going to watch it.
Yeah, we will spend 2.5 years talking about coronavirus. All right, when basically we should have just put a damn mask on for 3 months. All right, walked outside and gotten used to it, as opposed to spending 2 years of our lives down waiting for a war to start so that we can move on to something else.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And now the war moves on. All right, a war moves on. It's a major thing. People are losing lives, and oh man, we talk about it for 3 weeks, and one guy gets up at the Oscars and slaps the other guy, probably staged. And now we're going to talk about that, and not talk about the next Hitler that's out there trying to.
Yeah, pretty much, people. Yeah.
And that's why the next Hitler will come.
And we'll be going, when did this happen?
When did this happen? Well, while you were paying attention to the stupid news stories, this happened. Wait a minute, I got to go find this meme thing I found this morning on Facebook, and it's hilarious. It's about the news story told from 14 different points of view. It's like a Babylon Bee type article, and it's hilarious.
I just think that, we're putting our interest in the wrong things.
Okay.
We're putting our attention to the wrong things when we should be looking at, like you said, this war that's going on in the Ukraine.
Here is a funny way to look at this. The story told from Will Smith's match from 14 different news outlets. You ready?
Oh my Lord.
This is a Babylon Bee. So this is a joke, ladies and gentlemen. This is a joke, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me just put that disclaimer out there.
Joke. This is our disclaimer. This is a joke.
There's no such thing as non-consensual sex. Anyway.
No.
Will Smith's slap is covered by 14 different news outlets. Fox News, Oscars plagued by rise in black on black crime.
Oh my God.
HuffPost. The patriarch roots of slapping exposed.
Oh my God.
CNN. I love this one. Mostly peaceful Oscars threaten to distract from the January 6th commission. No. It gets better. The OAN. If they hadn't stolen the election from Trump, this never would have happened.
Oh my God. So what?
Yeah. Salon. White supremacy has gotten out of hand.
Oh my Lord. White supremacy? How did that have to do with white supremacy?
I know, yeah. That's why they said the angles of news has been toyed with. Anyway,
Oh
Snoop,
my God.
false. Will did not slap Chris's cheek. Chris's cheek struck the palm of Will's hand.
That's a good one. I like that one.
How many? Well, no. How many things out there are the disclaimers, like, you know what I mean, the truth,
Yep.
or whatever. That right there is it, right?
Yep.
Vox, rethinking the slap. Why getting slapped is actually a good thing. The Daily Wire. Will Smith destroys Chris Rock with this one simple gesture.
Oh my God.
Rogue, our Teen Vogue. Will Smith's totally hot slap and how you can use it on your genderqueer partner in the bedroom.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
InfoWars. Illuminati members stage fake slap to distract all of us for the implementation of the New World Order.
Jesus. Wow.
Vice. I slapped myself 100 times and smoked crack to better understand the Black experience in America.
What does that have to do with the teach?
I know. The View. Yeah, The View. Her, dart.
They couldn't even think of one, so let's just put this up. I like it.
Not the B. Check this out. Will Smith straighten up, pimp slaps woke comedian Chris Rock, reminding us on how The Last Jedi truly sucked.
Oh my God.
And of course, it wouldn't be the Babylon Bee if they couldn't make fun of themselves. Babylon Bee news site. Will Smith is the Babylon Bee's Woman of the Year.
Oh my God. Just saying.
Just saying there. All right.
Just saying. Oh my God. People, we got to get our shit together.
And this is why we have a podcast every week, to be able to make fun of this.
And you know what? We never have a lack of topics to talk about. I will just say that. And we find these topics in the news. So it's just great topics that, I'm just saying.
My synopsis of these topics is, ladies and gentlemen, quit taking yourself so damn seriously.
Seriously, yeah.
I love all the jokes and all the memes that are coming out. I mean, this stupid stuff, like, you know what I mean? The reason that he had his hand open was, paper beats rock.
And he didn't hit him with a fist. He just
slapped him.
So, I mean, I don't know. I'm saying we have better things to concentrate on than a slap.
Okay, but here's my question as we go into some of our topics that you're picking out is, Will Smith be canceled?
I don't think so. I think it's going to increase his popularity because of, like you said, it's all about the money.
Do you think they're going to do a tour like David Lee Roth and Sammy Hagar did?
Yeah, but
he
made the Oscars, like you said. I didn't even know the Oscars were on. Now I knew the Oscars.
Said you were watching them.
And guess what? I'll probably go back and watch it just so that I can watch the whole everything. When most of us, the Oscars were on, I didn't notice.
This is
he helped your ratings.
Timberlake and Janet Jackson all over again.
To the people who run the Oscars, he helped your ratings.
This is Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake all over again.
Yep. He helped your ratings. You're welcome. which, by the way, that's a whole other story. Whole other story. But today's topic, getting back to this,
is not sex on a stick.
No, it is not. That's next week. But when we're talking about this, part of this whole thing, it ties into what we're going to talk about, which is the cancel culture. And this, believe it or not, this cancel culture, and kind of go into an explanation of what it is. In the old days, you used to be able to say your opinion, used to be able to do a tweet, whatever. People would make their little comments and off they go and they were done. Now people are starting to try and literally cancel people out. Businesses are hurting. People are being.
Thank you, Donald Trump, Twitter and Facebook.
I know. It's just like people, their opinions are being canceled out. And this has been going on, believe it or not, since 2014. It just really started, the momentum really started going around 2019.
2019 is where it really got hot fired because of the fact that basically people wanted to get Trump off of Twitter. Whatever
the case may be, what happened to the freedom of speech? I mean, we all have an opportunity to say what, and granted, I know there are some things out there that are said, there are mean-spirited, horrible things. But guess what? Like my mom always said, all you have to do is hit the delete button or don't fucking read it. Sorry, I said that word.
Your remote button has a switch on here to go different channel.
Bleep, bleep. Sorry. But the thing is we've gotten so involved in other people's opinions and how we want to shove our opinion down their throat. That's not freedom of speech. That, I'm going to repeat.
We want to stop consensual sex.
Yeah. Not, I knew you were going to do that. It is not freedom of speech.
I'm not letting this one go.
We all have our opinions, whether we like them or not. They're opinions. They're not facts. They're opinions.
They're like assholes. Everybody has one.
Has one. But I mean, look at businesses that are losing money based on this cancel culture. For instance, Chick-fil-A. The owner of Chick-fil-A came out with a remark about, I think it was the gay community.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And now all of a sudden, everybody's
marriage should be traditional. Yeah.
That's, so the thing is it's his business. He runs the business. It's up, so as a business owner, where's that line? You still have your morals and values, but I mean, when we can't say our piece and people are trying to shove their opinion down our throats, how far we've gotten so far away from freedom of speech that, hello, our ancestors died to get us because we didn't have that. And there's other countries out there that can't say a damn thing or they get arrested.
And this morning, my mom and I at coffee were talking about that. She has some of the missionaries she's connected to with their newsletters in the Christian faith, who are actually living in Russia. And she has this one minister she knows who's lived 20 years in Russia. He has a wife there. He's been a missionary there. He's got a wife there. He's got kids there now. His wife is from Russia, and the kids were born in Russia. So he can't pick up his laptop right now with the way things are in Russia and just type the word search for Facebook. If he does, the authorities will come to his house.
Yeah. They cannot say anything against Putin. They cannot say anything, nothing. I mean, Imagine the people that said anything about the President Trump or Biden right now. They'd all be arrested.
Yeah. If you lived in another country, you could not talk about, what I mean? And here's the truth is like, you may hate cancel culture. All right. But look at, like, as soon as Biden became president, all right, still half the news is, you still see half the news talking about Trump.
Yeah.
When's the last time you seen a news story about Obama?
Not for a while.
Yeah. Wait a minute. You think about it, the social media world came into existence right around the time of end of George W. Bush.
Yeah.
How many news stories do you hear about George W. Bush? You don't. Why? My term is done. I move on.
Yep. I'm done.
But the media has nothing. I mean, they go after the hot topic. The media now is probably going, damn, we couldn't wait to get rid of Trump, but damn, he kept food on the table, because we always had something to talk about.
So did comedians. They said when Trump goes out, there was a comedian said, when Trump goes out of office, I'm not going to have any material.
I
He's
know.
the best one to have material on is Trump. I got so many things to say about this guy, and when he goes out of office, what am I going to
Well,
say?
that was the comedians of the 1980s with Reagan. Reagan just had so many things they could do and he was a guy that was just like impersonable to be funny. George Bush Sr. Do you remember when George Bush Sr. ran for president? Became president. Saturday Night Live had Dana Carvey make a version of George Bush Sr. And basically, George Bush and Carvey had a conversation. George Bush says, "I love it. It's hilarious the way you make fun of me." Because he did it in a way that made people laugh, and George gave him the material, and he used the material to make fun of it.
Yeah.
And then, Clinton, I forget who impersonated Clinton on there. All right. And it got good, right? We can't do that anymore. Why? Because of Trump, it was all hate. There was too many people on the other side hating. They wanted to get rid of him. Like, do you not understand that, that's the source for the comedians, right? Man, there's nothing to make fun of on Biden. Well, yeah, of course. Biden's a boring old man.
Well,
wait a minute.
I'm just going to put my opinion there. Just going to put my opinion there that when you have an adult in office, they're boring. When you have a child in office, well, then there's a lot more content.
Go look and find who's that comedian, Jeff Dunham, who does the puppets.
Oh yeah.
His puppet Walter, he has made it into Joe Biden.
Oh, really?
Oh, it is hilarious.
I have to check it out.
Yeah.
But you know what? The thing is with the canceled culture.
Yeah.
I truly believe we all have to get a strong shield, because we're all made fun of at one time or another, as kids, as adults. Come on, people, get over it.
Well, it's because we have a culture of people who has told us, all right, and I'm going to kind of take a different twist on this because of personal stuff that has happened in my family. We have this thing of you know what I mean? And I see it all the time. I've never been a fan of the anti-bullying campaigns, because every one of them is Katrina, stop bullying me. My brother Jim, I love my brother Jim, all right? He's got his own problems in life, but when he was in high school, because he was my dad, Votech next door, my dad was a teacher at the Votech, they made fun of my brother Jim all the time, and he just stood back and took it. One day, a kid made fun of my father to him. My brother Jim stood up, and he beat that guy so bad that the principal of the school was trying to hold my brother's arm back, and the principal said, "You have one strong boy there," because of the fact that with the principal holding it, he's dragging the principal with as he's still hitting him.
Yeah.
And he's basically, nobody bullied my brother after that. My brother became the guy in school that you don't fuck with.
Well, and I was bullied in school.
I know. That is how you stand up to bullying. To me, I don't think you outlaw bullying. I think you teach the bullied kid to do shit to affect their lives badly. Because when that bully stands up, he, number one, gains power. Number two, they'll never bully him again. Right?
Well, and what people don't realize too is there's a reason why that bully is a bully, and they have to and
he's gotten away with it. He's gotten away with it. Yeah.
And when not only that, in order to figure out why people do what they do, is you got to figure out the why.
Yeah.
And once you figure out what that why is, then you can better understand where the actions are coming from. Because I was bullied in school all through school because I had ears that I hadn't grown into, so they called me Dumbo. I had a butt that was a bubble butt, so they called me Bubble Butt. I had a last name that was Bowser, so every time they'd say Bowser, everybody'd start barking. I got made fun of constantly. But because of that, it made me a stronger person. So that if somebody comes back and says something to me, fine, I'll say something back. Or I might decide whether I say something back or not. it's up to me, but I have that strength. I have that confidence that I can do that or not. And I think that's the problem with the cancel culture.
Yeah.
We're trying to shove our comments and our opinions down other people's throats.
You can't.
When it's your opinion, not mine. And I don't want to be just like you any more than I want to be next like the other person. Everybody's a unique individual. And if we were all like the people that are trying to shove it down our throat, it would be either a very boring life or it'd be a very hellacious life.
But,
and so
I mean, if our world, though, I mean, I want you, truthfully, Katrina, if our world, we would stand up more to that and stop letting people cancel us.
Yeah.
In a way, well, think about this: cancel type ideas. They were trying to cancel the people, all right. And I know everybody has opinions on this. They were trying to cancel the people who wanted someone like Donald Trump. They're trying to tell me, you guys shut up and go away. They tried to harass him, put him away, and that created bully Trump. You think about it. When you try to push people down, you create someone who basically sooner or later is going to go, bam.
Well, not only that, also on the other end of that, when you try to have a conversation, I mean, let me put it in this form. There's not been more division in our communities and so forth since Trump came into office.
Yeah.
And because of that, because literally when Trump came into office, it broke up families because you were either for him or you were against him. And either way, based on what your decision was, your family members wouldn't either. If you were for Trump, the other ones wouldn't talk to you. If you were against Trump, the other ones wouldn't talk to you. So, and it really divided a lot of people because it put them in.
Wait a minute. That wasn't Trump. That wasn't Trump who divided them. Who was it that divided them? It's people like you and me who can't sit here and realize I like Trump. You don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care. You know what I mean? I don't care if you voted for Biden. I don't give a rat's ass.
It doesn't matter who people vote for. It
doesn't matter that you like Hillary Clinton and I like Trump. Doesn't matter that you like. I mean, let's take this back. It doesn't matter that you know what I mean. That I like Barack Obama and you didn't. It doesn't matter.
No.
All right.
No.
But if we're going to divide families, it is not the person. But that's the other thing with cancel culture is we all want to try to blame it on Trump, or we want to blame it on Biden, or we want to blame it on
I just have to say though,
the truth is you.
Yeah, I just have to say though, I think Trump just brought out the things that have been under the underbelly that has been going on for a long time, and it just came to the surface more because I'm not sure why, but and I'm not blaming on Trump. I'm just saying
it's cancel culture. You can't cancel things and expect people to go, okay, Katrina, I can't talk about. Okay, I'm just going to sit here and be quiet now. No, you stop talking. It starts building up a furiousness inside of you when you go, all right, quit telling me this is how I live my life.
Yeah,
and
I'm done.
I'm done. To life. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's kind of where the cancel culture really started to just really boil. And there were a lot of people like you there were people that were so strong in their conviction for Trump that they were pushing it down the other people's throats who were against Trump and vice versa.
Yeah.
So,
I wasn't strong in my conviction for Trump, but I am strong in the idea that they had every right to feel that way. Yeah. I'm sorry. They have every right to feel that way. Just like the first topic we talked about with the Chris Rock and Will Smith.
Yeah.
You have every right to feel that way. It's what you do with the actions. So people are judging Will Smith. I'm not.
No.
You can't have a culture where you put that in a movie and you say, well, no, we're going to teach you in a movie. This is how we do it. But in real life, oh, no, you don't do that. You can't cancel that out, ladies and gentlemen. Feelings come to emotions. Emotions come to feeling, turn into actions. And sometimes those actions aren't proper. It happens.
No, it happens. But you know what? They're actions. And they're based on emotions. And I think that's this whole cancel culture. It's all based on these emotions, but we're allowing, I think, our emotions to overtake our intellectual side, so to speak.
No, we've always been that way. We've always been an emotional people.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess
All right.
so.
And
But
truth,
I'd like to get to that point, though. I mean, there are times when we have conversations and we're not on the same side. So, okay, so let's simply agree to disagree and then let it go. Done.
yeah, why
Done.
not? Why can't
Done.
we? Yeah.
I'm not going to push it down. You know, we had and I think if both sides were open and open their ears instead of putting the judgments there and hearing this recording in their head when that's not really what's being said. I remember I learned a very valuable lesson. I was going through a therapist at the time because there was issues and so forth, and I will go into it.
Was it an issue with some guy?
Consensual
You know, no, I was going to say, was it an issue with some guy getting out and having his girlfriend make you cry?
No, no, I won't go into it. But what he taught me,
I have a good memory of everything.
what he taught me was that a lot of times when we're listening to other people, we have a recording in our head, and that recording goes off, and we've never really heard the words that that person has said. So what I do now is I just simply remind myself, just the facts, ma'am, just the facts. So if you close your eyes and you just listen to the words, you don't listen to the connotation, you don't listen to the emotions, just close your eyes and listen to the words. That's it. You will have a better conversation because we go based on emotion. And so based on that emotion, then our tape recorder goes off, and now we're starting to hear things that weren't even said, that we're now making up. Oh, he said, or he said. And then when you go back to the tape, which we've seen in a lot of these reportings, you go back to the tape and you find out, oh, he didn't say that, or, oh yeah, he did say that. I missed that. So I think that's the problem, is we have these recordings in our head and we're putting words in there that aren't there, that were never said.
I see that again. There was a stupid thing that was brought up, and I can't remember what it was. It's like all the stuff that happened with the inauguration of Donald Trump, and there was people who brought up, I think, all kinds of stuff, and they tried to judge pictures or something. I can't remember what it was, but I remember when Joe Biden was inaugurated, I watched some of my Republican friends watch it and go, well, wait a minute, why is the vice president sworn in first? And I'm like, it's always been that way. No, really? I'm like, they had a huge commentary on it 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Go back and watch the news from 4 years ago. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. Like because they became so infuriated that they're Republicans. They didn't want the left. So they're trying to do everything to cancel out, not realizing, oh, that's the way it's been. No, yeah. I don't remember it being that way. Great. Pay attention.
Yeah.
Been that way for years.
Yeah. And that's part of the that's part of the cancel culture.
Yeah. You're just trying to cancel out the other side. You can't cancel out the other side of the opinion.
Nope. It's an opinion, people. Opinion. Not fact. Opinion. That's it.
The whole thing. Well, I put this on my Facebook wall. Whatever night the Oscars happened the next day, I can't remember because I don't give a shit. I put up there, all right, something to the fact of, like, everybody's trying to take a side and share their opinion. My opinion is they're both right, and I don't give a shit who's on what side.
Yep.
They're both right, and everybody hates it when I do that. They're both right.
But it's true. Every opinion is right based on that person's opinion because it's right for them.
That's right. It's their opinion. All right. That being said, I do hate the term "your truth."
Say that again.
I do hate the term "your truth."
Your truth. Oh, yeah.
Okay. It's either truth or it's false, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. It's not your truth. It's just
your truth.
An opinion. It's an opinion. And there might be a few bits and pieces in there that are fact, but 9 times out of 10, it's an opinion.
It's opinion, right? Exactly. Your view of the facts may be, but
But part of this cancel culture is how do you manage this if you're a business owner and something happens in your business and you've pissed off a client and now they've decided that they're going to go in and cancel you out. And I had this happen to a client, and I'm not going to name names, but she had a client that for some reason got upset. And she literally went to as many different computers with different IP addresses to put one scathing comment after another scathing comment after, to take her 5-star rating down to almost 1, because she took the time to go to all kinds of different computers that had different IP addresses so that she could come across as a different person each time. She was ruining her career that she worked so hard to build because one person decided, I'm taking her down. And she had to literally spend $3,000 to $4,000 on a company to work on her, what do they call it?
Your
Can't remember
online
the name.
reputation management. Yeah.
Reputation management. Yes. They had to work on her reputation and take all that stuff down and work on it so that she could get a reputation back. $4,000 she had to spend to do this. This is what businesses go through when one person decides, I don't care, I'm taking them down.
Was her business a local business or was it a?
It was a local business.
Okay. I'm going to share with you a truth about Tim that I don't share very often. My first wife that I lived in the town that she grew up in when we got divorced. And there are people in that town that try to cancel me. So I said, you know what? I walked away from my business. My wife, who was part of this, walked away from that business.
Yeah.
All right. Basically, had I held it out and sold my business, my wife would have got a portion of the sales because divorce, 50%. Instead, I walked away from the business, dropped it, left it, walked away, and dumped it.
Yeah.
No sale, no money, and I left town.
Yeah.
That's why, you know what I mean, local businesses. I've always looked at that idea with local businesses. Most people don't get it because I want to stay in my town. Somebody did that to me and it was a local business. Bye. I'll take my services. I'll move on to Colorado and I'll start a business there. Yeah. You know what I mean? But most people want to stick, if it was a local business. Now, if you and I have a national business. In other words, we have a national reputation, different game, but a local business. That is what I did. When that happened, I said, okay, fine. You want to play this game? I don't have to stay here to make a living. Bye.
Yep. Yep.
And the person that hurt most was the person who started it.
Yeah. And that usually is the case. Because it just,
You're right.
And as a business owner, one of my prophecies as a business owner, and I've stuck with a prophet.
You're a prophet.
I stick with this, is that I do not bring up politics or religion in my business, in my social media.
But you will bring up sex.
I will bring up that. But I try my best not to bring that up because there's a place and a time for things. And I just think when it comes to business, that's not the place or time. Unless, of course, you're running a church or you're running a political office, whatever. That's different.
Okay, no. I'm kind of staying away from these churches who are turning into a political.
Yeah,
I'm done with that.
Should be separate. State and church should always be separate.
The state and church line was written that government shouldn't be into church, not church couldn't be into government. That's what that was there for. I agree with that. However, I've been to churches where the pastor's doing nothing.
Oh, I agree.
Because he's a Democrat doing nothing but bombing the Republican Party or vice versa. I am so against that. I did not come to church to hear your opinion on Joe Biden or Donald Trump, Obama.
Anything. I came here to hear a sermon on how to better myself and the community.
Using the Bible. Yes.
Yeah. So I truly believe that there's a place and time for politics and religion, and when it comes to business, you stay out of that.
Yeah.
That's just my personal opinion because it's a personal thing, and I don't go around telling everybody, guess who I voted for? Guess who I voted for? People will say, who'd you vote for?
Tim
None of your business. That's between me and voting in the little voting booth.
Did you vote for Tim Gillette? Did you vote for Tim?
No, I voted for the consent.
Vote for Tim. No. My favorite voting ones are all these T-shirts that are coming out now with like TV lines. Spicoli in 2000. You remember Spicoli?
Yes, I remember.
Spicoli 2024. I can fix it.
I love that. We can fix it,
John
dude.
Dutton and Rip Wheeler 2024. Take
We
them
can
to the
fix
train
it.
station.
We can fix it. Oh my God, that was such a hilarious part. What are we gonna do?
Relax, I can fix it. And I'm trying to think, what was the line that oh gosh, there was another one that, like they had a line from
Ridgemont High, Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
that was no, but there was another T-shirt I seen that was on Jeff Bridges' character, the dude 2024, and I can't remember what his line was.
No, yeah, I don't know.
Big Lebowski, Jeff Lebowski,
Oh, Big
2024.
Lebowski.
All right. Because I'm the dude.
I'm the dude. I'm the dude.
Vote for Jeff Bridges 2024 because I'm the dude.
Because I'm the dude. Yeah. I just think we have to worry. We have to get to that point, especially with business and so forth, that
the cancel culture can affect our comedy. You think about it. We take comedy out of a lot of the lightness of what happens in our world. And it is so, this incident that happened this past weekend at the Oscars. I mean, come on. The comedy that has come out of this is more hilarious than the Oscars itself.
Oh, yeah.
That's what our culture, that's where cancel culture stops at.
Yeah.
Think about the 1970s. All right. If we had cancel culture in the 1970s, we would all still not be laughing at Archie Bunker.
Or not laughing at
Blazing Saddles. Freaking hilarious.
Or Blazing Saddles. Look how many people made fun of. They made fun of everybody. They made fun of everybody. They didn't leave anybody out. They made fun of every culture, every nation, everything. They made fun of everybody.
Exactly.
And if they did that today, people be picking it apart, saying they can't do that. They can't say that. That's racist. They can't do that. That's this. That's that.
Yeah, one of the actors that was in American Pie movies come out recently and said they couldn't even make American Pie today because of the fact that people were so sensitive.
I think we got to a point where we had to be politically correct, and Disneyland goes in and redoes their ride because they wanted to be politically correct with the pirate ride. It's like, come on, people. There were pirates. They weren't politically correct. Nobody was politically correct.
The pirates are not politically correct.
No, I mean, it's just like,
they come and rob and steal from you. Get over it.
I know.
Disney tried to make them nice guys. It doesn't work that way.
I'm so done with people saying, oh, well, these people are saying this, so we're going to be nice and we're going to change it. No, it's your business. You run it the way you need to run it. And if the clients that the way you're running it, they're going to be attracted to you. Those that don't like what you're doing won't be attracted to you. End of story. Don't think it's just because somebody came along and said, you need to do it this way because I don't agree with it.
You'd have to really search for this now, but I did a video in like 2013 or 14 on my old YouTube channel that it was called That's It, I Quit. And I think I did a blog post on it as well. And I basically, that's where I started to address cancel culture. And I said things like, you know what I mean? So you think, guns are bad. Don't buy one. You think gay marriage sucks. Don't get one. Solves problem. But quit trying to tell everybody else that they can't.
I know.
And that's what we come down to, really, in a synopsis, all right? Because if you do it in your business today, when we've come up to the fact, well, we want to tell everybody else what to do. No, I don't want to tell you what to do, all right? I give my opinions. It's why I'm in the coaching business, not the demanding business.
No. Yeah. It is what it is, people. Just get over it. It's an opinion, and that's all it is.
Get over it. There. That was a Don Henley song. Get over it.
There we go. There's our hashtag. Get over it.
Get over it.
Get over it. That's our hashtag. Get over it. Moving on. So
I have a great. I know that you know what I mean. You have a thing with the headphones, but you had another tool down there today.
Yes, but I got to talk about these Dyson headphones, man. I was impressed. Not only they've been working on them for 6 years, and they're called the Zone.
Mhm.
And they're still working on having them come out, but they completely cancel out the noise in your headphones, but they also have this piece that goes around your mouth here that's supposed to help with air pollution. It has, like, every time you take in a breath, there's some type of filtration. So it's supposed to help with COVID and all this other stuff and pollution. And they even have a shield that you can attach to it and put over your face if you so choose to. I mean, they're covering all the bases because in their mindset, they said people aren't going to die of disease and so forth. What they're dying of right now is sound and air pollution because it's the underlying cause of all these other things.
Yeah, it sounds to me like Dyson's really sucking at what they do.
I thought, okay, well, this is
totally
really
missed
interesting.
You totally missed that.
I've never even heard of this. I'm like, okay, I got to talk about this because it's just so.
All right, because basically, all right, it comes down to Dyson. Basically, you suck at what you do.
Well, they're over-engineering everything like they do with the vacuum cleaner. They've over-engineered it, and here's this headset. I'm just like, I got to bring this up because it looks like
No,
space.
okay. So again, I'm going to give the comedy side. I dated a girl when I first moved to Dallas. Her last name was Hoover. So basically, okay, yeah, we went to a.
Did
Christmas
you go there?
No. We went to a Christmas function one time that they were doing like these official announcements, like it's a grand ball. And entering the ball now, all right, is Mr. Tim Gillette of the Razor Factory and I think her name was Margaret Hoover of the famous vacuum family. Basically, he's a sharp guy and she sucks.
Oh my God. Oh, that's hilarious.
I should not have mentioned her name. I've not seen that woman in 20 years.
Oh my God. I just thought this was hilarious. I'm sorry. I had to bring it up and they don't have a price on it yet, but I'm just like 6 years in the making.
They're still trying to figure out how to suck the money out of you.
Yeah, I guess so. But we do have a really good resource, and this resource is something that I use all the time. It's AVG virus, and they also have a tune-up software too that goes in and it clears out all your cache and it clears up, and it really helps to clean up your hard drive. But since I've had AVG, knock on wood, I've not had any problems with viruses or malware or anything, and it's not as bloated. It's not as bloated as a Norton antivirus, and I highly recommend it. They have a free option that you can try that's free. Of course, it doesn't have as many bells and whistles as the one that you buy, but even the freebie is better than nothing.
Isn't it for PC or Mac?
It is for PC as well as for Mac. It wasn't for a while for Mac, but now they have one for Mac, so they have them for both.
All right,
and it works really well.
That's the website you gave me to put up.
Yep, and it does work really well, and it does work for Mac as well. But even if you just go to the avg.com, it pulls up all the other things along with it. But they've become quite the powerhouse when it comes to virus protection.
Cool.
One of my faves.
Because if we haven't learned anything on this show, all right. If you have consensual sex, you must be protected.
Oh my God. But you know what? That's another example of you got to be careful where you find your information. Right?
Yep.
I had to admit, you commented on it. You told me about, well, did you really read the law? Well, when I went back and really read the laws, when I found out, oh, okay. I need to do a refraction on that.
Exactly. And that's why, we did the thing with the several news outside as a joke today, because some people don't realize that wherever you're getting your news from, ladies and gentlemen, half the time it's tainted. All right. And that is what our cancel culture has brought about. It is such a taintedness that we now have to have fact checkers.
Yeah. That's pretty sad. Let's check this out to make sure it's actually factual.
Yeah. And it's like the price and I love the fact checkers. Like the price of gas is going up. All right. And basically somebody will put that in a post and immediately fact checkers the partially true. The price of gas is going up, but it's not because of Biden. I just said the price of gas was up higher. I didn't say it was Biden. Like you have to like.
I know. I mean, I've seen comments where somebody talked about a cat and then they said, "We all know you're a Trump hater." It's like, I was talking about a cat.
So I did it. No, okay. I did a speech on Monday morning. I spoke at Ziegler for Ziegler headquarters, right? That I do once a year. And I started off my speech, all right, with a thing I found. If you've seen it on my Facebook wall this week, how to wash a cat.
How to wash a cat.
Did you see that?
Oh. They don't like water.
I am going to have to go get that as we close out today to give a little funny.
Too funny. They don't like water.
I got to go back and see how far back it is.
Besides, they clean themselves.
I know.
They have to clean them. They clean themselves.
All right. So let me do a share screen to get you to laugh a little as we end our broadcast today. So share screen, Chrome tab, Facebook. Here we go. How to wash a cat. Put both lids of your toilet bowl up and add 1/8 cup of pet shampoo to the water in the bowl. Pick up the cat and soothe him while you carry him towards the bathroom. Step 3. In one smooth movement, put the cat in the toilet and close the lid. You may need to stand on the lid. Number 4. At this point, cat will self-agitate and make ample suds. Never mind the noises that come from the toilet. The cat is actually enjoying this. Step 5. Flush the toilet 3 or 4 times to provide a power wash and rinse.
Oh my God.
Step 6. Have someone open the front door of your house. Be sure that there are no people between the bathroom and front door.
Because they'll be run over.
Yep. Step 7. Stand back, well back behind the toilet as far as you can and quickly open the lid. Step 8. The cat will rocket out of the toilet, streak through the bathroom, and run outside and dry himself off. Yep. Step 9. Both the toilet and the cat will be sparkling clean.
Ta-da!
Secures the dog.
Hilarious. That's hilarious. Now you know how to clean a cat. You've heard it here, folks.
And that is a fact.
Not an opinion.
If you did that, every one of those steps will happen.
Oh my God. You know, we're going to get a comment from somebody that's a cat person. You can't do that.
No. I did one many, many, many years ago. I put a video on Facebook of this guy set this whole thing up with the squirrels were coming to his house. So he set it up to where there was a bowl that if the squirrel got up in the bowl and the weight of the bowl would release or something, it released the nuts out of the bowl and it would shoot the squirrel.
Oh, I've seen that. The guy has a whole
doesn't harm the squirrel. The squirrels land on their feet, especially if you're shooting them into a grassy area.
Yeah.
But I got more hatred for posting that and how I was an animal cruelty person.
How dare you?
I'm like, obviously, you've never lived on a farm and watched a squirrel drop from the 90th branch of a tree.
Yeah, they land very well.
Yeah.
Very well. Just like cats.
As opposed to, I had a friend in school who always told cat jokes. Always. And he said his favorite cartoon was these 2 jet pilots standing with their helmets in hand over a mass of blood and bones and a cat head sticking up. And the one says to the other, "Pay up. I told you he'd land on his feet."
Oh my God. This is a joke, folks.
That's old-fashioned comedy, ladies and gentlemen. Back when we didn't have cancel culture.
Yes.
Hold on, let me try something real quick. Ooh, check that out.
What?
I just found a feature to basically I took just our screen and posted it up.
Yay.
I didn't know that was available.
All right.
Anyway.
Until next week, folks, join us and we'll have another interesting conversation.
I'm sure we will.
As always.
And I'm sure that there's something I said today that Katrina will find to make fun of me next week, like I did of her last week.
That's what we're here for.
Yep. Anyway, guys, our show is brought to you by me, Tim Gillette. Simple, easy events, simple, easy marketing. Go to simpleeasyevents.com. Find out more about the events we host to help you with your online marketing. And my lovely co-host is
Katrina Garcia with KG Website Designs, where we help you set up a website that works.
Yep. And I understand you're going to do a speech at my event of how to do it in one day.
I am. Yes, I am. Very simple.
Because you should have a website. I actually had someone apply to be on my other podcast yesterday, and when I wrote back to them that they couldn't because they had to get their website fixed first, they unsubscribed from everything on mine and walked away. And I'm like, bye.
Wow.
Like, dude, you can create a website in one day. Well, I don't want to do that. Well, then you're not an influencer.
Wow. Just saying. Real easy. We're going to show you how.
Yeah. So anyway, let me exit out of here so I can exit out of the thing and end the broadcast. All right, guys, we will see you guys next week.